Have you ever wondered why your relationships start out with fireworks, but then, over time, that spark seems to dim? Why that initial thrill you felt fades away into something that feels, well, ordinary? Here's the real kicker: everything you think you know about keeping someone hooked is probably wrong. And no, it's not just about showering them with affection or being consistently positive. The truth is, the secret to maintaining a lasting, deep connection lies in something far more intriguing: emotional contrast. Yep, you heard that right. Emotional contrast is the hidden blueprint that keeps someone irresistibly drawn to you. But what exactly does that mean? And how can you harness this powerful concept to ensure that your relationship remains exciting and vibrant long after the honeymoon phase is over? Stick with me, because we're about to embark on a journey that will change the way you think about love, attraction, and the art of keeping someone captivated. Okay, let's start by painting a picture. Imagine you're in a relationship that feels like a calm, serene ocean, always smooth sailing, always predictable, never a storm in sight. Sounds ideal, right? But here's the thing: as much as we crave peace and stability, too much of it can lead to something we fear, even more: boredom. That's right. What begins as comforting predictability can quickly turn into mind-numbing monotony. And that's when things start to fall apart. You see, humans are wired to seek out novelty, challenge, and excitement. We're not just attracted to what's easy and comfortable, we're drawn to what's dynamic, what keeps us on our toes. This is where emotional contrast comes into play. It's the secret sauce that makes a relationship feel alive, that creates a magnetic pull between two people. Emotional contrast is all about creating a balance, a push and pull of emotions that keeps things interesting, engaging, and most importantly, unpredictable. But let's clear something up right away. When I talk about emotional contrast, I'm not suggesting you play games or create unnecessary drama. That's a big no-no. What I'm talking about is much more subtle, much more sophisticated. It's about understanding the natural ebb and flow of emotions in a relationship and using that to build a deeper connection. Think about it like this: if you're always showering your partner with compliments, always available, always predictable, it might seem like you're doing everything right. But over time, this can actually diminish your partner's appreciation for you. Why? Because when something is always there, we start to take it for granted. On the flip side, if there's a bit of mystery, a little uncertainty, it triggers something powerful in our brains: the need to pay attention. We start to value what isn't always guaranteed. Let me give you an example. Think about a time when you were really into someone who wasn't entirely transparent. Maybe they didn't always reply to your texts right away, or they had this aura of mystery that made them a bit hard to read. Frustrating, sure, but also incredibly intriguing, right? That blend of security and insecurity, that mix of knowing and not knowing, creates a powerful emotional charge. It's that uncertainty that keeps us hooked, that makes us want more. Now, this doesn't mean you should start ignoring your partner or acting aloof. The goal isn't to create distance, but rather to maintain a dynamic that keeps things fresh. For instance, imagine you're planning a date. Instead of always sticking to the same routine dinner at the usual spot, followed by a movie, why not mix it up? Surprise them with something different, something unexpected. Take them on an adventure, do something spontaneous. It's these little twists that keep the relationship exciting, that keep your partner guessing in the best way possible. Another crucial element of emotional contrast is independence. Here's the deal: nothing is more attractive than someone who is confident, self-sufficient, and driven by their own passions. When you focus on your personal growth, on your hobbies and interests outside the relationship, you send a clear message: I'm happy and fulfilled on my own. This not only makes you more attractive, but it also gives your partner the space to miss you, to appreciate you more. It's about being a whole person rather than relying on the relationship to complete you. And let's not forget the science behind all this. When we experience a range of emotions: happiness, uncertainty, even a touch of fear, we trigger the release of certain chemicals in our brains, like dopamine and oxytocin. These are the chemicals that make us feel pleasure and connection. So when you create these emotional highs and lows, you're essentially programming your partner to crave more of you. It's a cycle that strengthens the bond and keeps the relationship from falling into a rut. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into the practical side of things. How exactly do you introduce emotional contrast into your relationship? Well, it starts with understanding that love is a dance, not a destination. It's about finding that perfect rhythm between closeness and independence, between predictability and spontaneity. Let's say you're in a long-term relationship and things have started to feel a bit routine. You're comfortable, you know each other inside and out, but the excitement just isn't there anymore. What do? First, recognize that this is normal. All relationships go through phases, and it's natural for the intensity to wane over time. But that doesn't mean you're doomed to a life of dullness. It just means it's time to shake things up. One way to do this is by reintroducing some of the elements that were present in the beginning of your relationship, those things that made your connection so electric in the first place. Remember how you used to dress up for dates, how you put effort into planning something special. Bring that back, or think about the way you used to tease each other, the playful banter that kept things light and fun. Rekindle that playfulness. These small actions can reignite the spark and remind you both of why you fell in love in the first place. But it's not just about revisiting the past. It's also about creating new experiences together. Try something neither of you has done before, whether it's traveling to a new place, learning a new skill together, or even just exploring a different part of your city. The key is to break free from the routine and introduce novelty into your relationship. This doesn't just create new memories, it also triggers those feel-good chemicals in your brain, reinforcing your bond. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, but what if I'm the one who's always doing the work, always planning, always trying to keep things exciting? This is where communication comes in. Emotional contrast isn't a one-way street. It requires both partners to be invested in keeping the relationship dynamic. Talk to your partner about how you're feeling. Share your desire for more spontaneity, more variety. Chances are they've been feeling the same way and will appreciate the chance to shake things up. And remember, emotional contrast doesn't mean creating conflict or drama. It's about balance. It's about knowing when to be close and when to give space, when to surprise and when to comfort. It's a delicate dance, but one that can transform your relationship from something that's simply good into something that's truly extraordinary. So why does emotional contrast work so well? At the heart of it, we're all driven by our need for connection, but also by our desire for excitement and novelty. When you create a relationship that offers both a sense of security alongside a dash of unpredictability, you tap into the deepest parts of what makes us human. You create a bond that isn't just strong, but also vibrant and full of life. And let's not underestimate the power of self-improvement in this equation. When you invest in yourself, whether it's through personal growth, pursuing your passions, or simply taking time to nurture your own well-being, you bring more to the relationship. You become more interesting, more fulfilled, and ultimately more attractive to your partner. It's about being someone who has a full, rich life, with or without them. This independence doesn't push them away, it draws them closer because they see you as someone worth cherishing, someone who adds immense value to their life. Now, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought: relationships aren't static. They're constantly evolving, just like the people in them. If you want to keep someone hooked, if you want to maintain that spark, it's essential to embrace the ebb and flow of emotions. It's about finding that sweet spot between comfort and challenge, between security and mystery. This is what creates lasting attraction, what keeps the passion alive even after years together. So, don't be afraid to mix things up, be spontaneous, be a little unpredictable, but also be grounded in who you are. This is the essence of emotional contrast. It's not about creating tension or playing games. It's about understanding the complex nature of human emotions and using that knowledge to build a relationship that's not only strong, but also exciting and deeply fulfilling. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Have you noticed the power of emotional contrast in your own relationships? How has it impacted your connection? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's get a conversation going. And if you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on our deep dives into the art of attraction and relationships. Until next time, keep them guessing, keep growing, and most importantly, keep the love alive. Catch you in the next video.